Okay, so I hope you can hear me, right? Right. We have completed, our batch completed 2024 levels, right? So next we have the 2025 levels coming up in 10 more months, right? So this special meeting today, we're going to point out this stuff for you. This video is not in order to earn some money or anything. This is just to help you people, like what to do after today, what to do, right? So that is what we are going to focus today. So it's the first time an English medium teacher is doing this. So it will be a little bit historical, but I don't care. Like maybe 100 students join, I don't care. This is the first meeting I'm taking. So even 50 students is like a big thing for me now, right? Okay, let's start then. No one is doing this much of quality stuff. That's for sure. Right? Okay. 2025 special meeting. 2025 special meeting. We are going to focus on four areas, right? First, we are going to do a common touch up for like 3 subjects, like focusing on your sleep, right? Your timetables. Now, SAT method means self-analysis timetable. I have prepared that, right? So there's a special PDF where you have to take a printout of it and like paste it in front of your wall. Like every week you have to do this. I'll tell you that. Then we have the sleep, then we have the F2A, right? F2A means like if you are at FSC level, how to increase your marks, not only in chemistry but also in other subjects, how to increase marks every day. Then biology. Now biology, I am a chemistry teacher, right? So I'm going to be a chemistry teacher still now. Like after today's class, I'll share the links and all, the flyers and all I'll share, right? So this biology, right? Biology, I'm going to do a biology supportive program for like 2025 batch. I did for 2024 batch in Rankers Club. I did like last of essay series, 60 essays, 3.5 essays came to the exam, right? 3.5 essays came to the exam. Directly came, right? So among 60 essays, 3.5 essays came. So this year, with more research, like I can do 100% into that. Last year I did my exams also. So in middle only I have to do that. So this year, we will do the same stuff with 2 months to the exam. Last hope essay series we are going to start. And that essay series we are targeting the A-level paper, right? We are targeting the A-level paper, A-level essay paper we are going to target, right? So that is that. So that is the essay program. Before that, we are going to like give essays, daily essays, somewhere like not targeted ones, but just essays for you to practice, right? Maybe twice a day or once a day. I'll tell about that in the group, right? So next, you have the Q&A. What is this Q&A? I'll tell you about that one also. Then active recall you have. Then I'll talk about physics here. MCQ, essay and practical plan. How to increase your MCQ marks in physics. How to increase your essays, like the weapon theory is there. Now this one I only found out, right? So how to face the second paper, physics second paper, and how to master certain essays. That one I'm going to talk. Then the practical plan, right? Practical plan is there, like how to face the structured essay questions. Then chemistry, that's the main topic we are going to talk about. That is my subject, that is what I'm going to focus, right? At last we are going to talk about that. Right. Now F2A method. Most of you people are at F level, I guess. Most of you people are at F level. That doesn't determine you, that's the first thing, okay? If you are at F level, that doesn't determine you. That means you might be like thrown out by everyone, you might be labeled as failures in your life, you might have gone to classes as backbenchers just to like shout and wait, nothing, you are doing nothing in the class. That's because, not because you don't have a dream or anything, but you don't have a proper vision, you don't have anyone to guide you, right? That's the main thing, right? You don't have anyone to guide you. When you were small, now I'm asking these people who get low marks today, I'm asking you people in grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, if a teacher asks you what is your ambition, it was mostly to be a doctor, to be an engineer, to be a scientist, right? These 3 things was there in your Mind when you were small, what happened to them? They were like faded away with time, right? Maybe when you come towards O level, your destiny changed a little bit, and then you managed to do O level somehow, like average level you managed to do it, then A levels finish. Right? Maybe in grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 95, 95, 95, 100, then A levels finish, right? So that could have happened to some people. Even there are students who get 9 A's for O levels and A levels 3 S passes, finish, right? Second slide, or maybe do something else. Right. So why is this happening? Why is this A level so competitive, and why is this A level so hard to do? Right? Why is it hard? It's not hard. You just have to have the proper crack code to that. You have to have the crack code to that. You have to crack it. You have to crack the A levels. Right? That's what you have to do. It's like you don't have to do this like O levels. You can't do it in last 2 months. Even this exam, I heard like several famous teachers told about this year's exam. They were like, we can't do it at the last moment. The bio paper, we can't do it at the last moment. You can see the MCQs. Most of the MCQs are like very deep theory. You have to connect a lot of stuff in order to get the answer. Like there are many questions like that, right? There are many questions like that. We have to get the idea behind biology in order to get the mark from there. So anyone who were like, okay, at the last note, I am going to study the first 5 units in biology, they studied it, but they can't write the 4 essays here. If you saw the first essay, it was plasma membrane, and also they have connected the protein synthesis part. I guess this in the group. Now I asked some person asked me, I asked, do you have any note regarding polypeptide synthesis? And I asked him, he sent me privately. I'm very grateful for that, for what he did. I sent that in the group also, main group. I sent 3 times in the main group, in the Rankers Club, right? That came directly in the level paper, right? So, anyone who were like studying only the first 5 units, were like they can't write the 4 essays even. Now you check the past papers, you can write 4 essays. First 5 minutes, you can write the 4 essays, right? Then come home, right? So this time you can't do that. Only 3.5 essays. That one also, look at the Darwin, that Charles Darwin essay, that one also connected with something at the end, right? So you can't do this like that. They have identified your weaknesses, right? Most of the students are weak at the last few units. Last 5 minutes they are weak. Molecular, micro, right? Applied, don't even know, right? Before going to the exam, there was an MCQ. Filariasis, there was an MCQ, right? Then what else? Environmental biology, right? A lot of people skip these things and go to the exam thinking they can at least get a B pass for biology if you do the first 5 minutes. That one you can't do again anymore, right? Only until 2022 you can do that. Then after that you can't. Right? 2023 also the same thing. You can't manage to score high using only the first 5 minutes. 2024 it is like very much seen in the first. It is very much seen like last 5 minutes are involved more into the paper, right? I was going into the F2A plan, right? F2A. Now your marks are like this. If you start from the F level, your marks will go like this. It's like a sigma curve, right? Sigma curve, right? Whatever the curve it is, your marks will start from here. You will try to work, you will work hard, but no increase in marks. Like you can't increase like that. Your effort will go like this, little by little increasing, and then suddenly it's going to go up. You can see this in the paper class. We are going to start the paper class in March, right? You are going to start from the first paper, and then you are going to track your mark, right? Track your marks. I have seen a lot of in like main classes in Sri Lanka. I have seen some students go from 20 marks to 75 marks directly, right? Like this, their curve is like this. So that is a mindset of a working student who is still in the F level. He can go skyrocketing into the top like this if he work. Now initial part is very hard. Most of the students give up here. They will again fall down, right? Most of the students give up here or here, right? And also I need to say this curve is not exactly like this. Huh? You might think it is like that, but it's not like that. You might go like this, then again go here, then again go here, then go here. So average curve is like this. If I say the average curve, it is correct. Your average marks curve will go like this if you start to work from today onwards, right? But your marks will not vary linearly. It will go like here and there, right? With ups and downs here, ups and downs. It's normal. It's normal. For me, the paper class I went, I started with like 61. I ended up at 79. Right? I ended up at 79. This is chemistry. So in the 79 paper, the last paper, right? I had like 41 MCQs in that paper, and the rest of the essay questions I did, right? Rest of the part. In the A-level paper, I had 46 MCQs, and the essay paper, I hope I am having 40 plus marks for sure. Only the whole structure essay, you know the whole structure essay, people who wrote the exam, financial people might be watching this, you know the whole structure essay, right? So that one was like difficult. So I'm assuming like 40 plus, somewhere around this. Closer to 90 might be there, closer to 90 might be there. So you can see the practice is very essential. The practice is very essential in order to reach this. So this F2A plan, how does it work now? Now F2A plan goes for 3 subjects in here. F2A plan here, MCQ, ad essay and practical plan. Right? So these things you have to do from when going from F2A, right? Here also the same thing. You have to go from basics. Here also the same thing, you have to go from basics. Special meeting is mainly for the students who score less. That's the main thing I have to say. It's for the students who score very less marks, right? So this is the plan, right? F2A is going to be your target from today onwards. You have to increase your marks, and you can increase your marks. Never give up, right? You never should give up on your dream. You have a dream, right? You have a dream. Like F-level students, you have a dream. Don't you have a dream inside your heart? Like, be honest to yourself. Ask yourself, okay, do I have a dream? Yes. Do I have parents? Yes. Are they paying for my classes? Yes. Then what am I doing here? Nothing. Just ask yourself, are you doing a favor to them? Right? Are you doing a favor to them? Like, just imagine you like your parents, your mother especially, wakes up at 4 a.m. for some students, I'm missing some students, wakes up at 4 a.m. and cooks rice for you in order to take you to class or somewhere. Your lunch, right? Your lunch. She's waking up every day at 4 a.m. to prepare a lunch. Can you do that to anyone? I mean, can you wake up at 4 a.m. and cook someone in the morning? Can you at least do that? Can you wash his teacup? Can you wash his plate? Can you iron his clothes? Can you do that? Can you do that for someone else? You can't do that. So, is this how you treat them? Right? So, they want only one thing from you. They don't want money. They don't want anything. They want you to have this success. Like they are your son, your daughter, right? Doesn't matter if you fail once, if you have those marks, doesn't matter. If you fail your first try, doesn't matter. You don't have to stop it. You never fail until you give up. That's my motto I use, right? You never fail until you give up. Because you can rise up quicker than everyone. You know, if you fail once, you know like what is the taste of failure. You know the taste of failure. So you will perform very much better after that. Now, a lot of people finish A-levels. A lot of people finish A-levels, maybe at 3 years passes, and then go for a bank or something and work. No matter how hard they work, hard work, if they work 24 hours a day, still they don't have enough salary. They don't have enough salary increase. Like 10,000 per month, they will get a promotion. Right? No matter how hard they work, they can't do it. They can't go to the top. They can't go easy, right? I don't mean like you can't go to the top, but it is very less probability to go like that, and also you have to do stupendous amount of work in order to go there, right? So, as I said before, you have to do this. Like you have to eat this time. There are like 10 months. If you work hard in these 10 months, you can achieve a lot in your life. You can turn your life upside down. When you like go, when you like finish A levels, if you have at least 3 B passes, you can go to the faculty, any faculty you want, not any faculty, science faculty, you can go to science faculty, right? 3 B passes, BBC or like BCC, like you can go to science faculty also, right? So most of the students, that is enough for them, right? Even that is, you can go to PhD, right? Science faculty can go to PhD. Doesn't mean medicine and engineering are the only things here. There are like other fields you can go and earn money a hell lot, right? So in biology, it's molecular biology, you have DNA technology, that is the most earned thing in Sri Lanka. You can earn millions and millions of rupees and dollars from it, million rupees or dollars. You can earn like that from it. Right? Now SAT method. What is this SAT method? What is this SAT method? Right now, SAT method. Now you have been wondering what is this, right? This is it, right? Now you have a timetable. You might have a timetable. You might not have a timetable. If you have a timetable and if it works very well, then have it, no problem. But just consider this, right? Consider this. You have Monday, right? You have Tuesday, right? So likewise it goes. Now I am making a PDF for you. PDF for one page, single page A4 sheet. In that page, you have divided. I have divided like 1 hour blocks, right? 1 hour blocks. That means this is like 1 hour. This is 1 hour. This is 1 hour. This is 1 hour. And I am breaking that 1 hour again into 4. Now this method was sent by one of my friends. I have to say his name, Sharik, in the group of Rankers Club. He was an admin, so he sent me this and it helped very much for me, and it was like so effective. You can try this out, right? So 1 hour I am breaking again into 4 blocks. So 15-minute blocks are there. So let's say this is 6 a.m., this is 7 a.m., this is 6:15, 6:20, 6:30, 6:45, and so on, right? So what you have to do is, like, if you study biology, you have to highlight it with green color or whatever, any color you want, right? If you study physics, you have to color it with, let's say, yellow color. If you study chemistry, you can color it with red color. So you have a nice set of blocks when you finish the end of the day. If you work hard, if you don't work, it won't be nice. That's a different story, right? So you will have very different colored blocks throughout the day. Now, when you finish the week, you can analyze how much time I have given for biology, how much time I have given for chemistry, how much time I have given for physics. What is the use of this now? This is subject balancing. This is what I told in the group, how to balance subjects. Like if you are weak in biology and if you are strong in physics and chemistry, right? You have to do is like not 30% for 3 subjects, 33%, 33.33% that if you divide equally. But not like that. If you want to increase marks in biology, you have to give around 40%, maybe 40% for biology. Remaining parts you can divide like 30% physics and chemistry. Right? If you are weak in physics, especially physics, if you are weak, you have to give more than 40%, like 45%, maybe 45% for physics. The remaining parts you can divide for biology and chemistry, right? So that is what you have to do. Because every subject is important. If you get a result like this, it's going to affect you very much. If you get a result like this, it's going to affect you very much because your result score will depend mostly on what subject this is. Like if this is chemistry, then it's going to be very much problematic, right? If this is chemistry, it is going to be very much problematic. But if it is physics, it won't affect much, right? It won't affect much, but it will affect. One of my friends, AAC, last year, 1.7 is his score. Couldn't get to medical faculty, but he can go to vet and dental science, I think. Dental can't. Vet, I think he can go. AAC, 1.7 is his score. Right? So the C was for physics. He couldn't enter medical faculty, but there was a problem in the paper marking and stuff that I won't tell now. It will take time. Right? So this is the SAT method. I'll send the PDF in the group. You can analyze each subject each day, how much time you are spending for it, right? How much time you are spending for it. You can analyze and you can get a brief idea about how you spend your day. Right? Okay, next. Now SAT method done. Then your sleep. How do you manage your sleep? Now how many hours do you sleep? The discussion group is there. You can send messages. Okay, right? You can send anything if you want. Ask any question if you want. You might not be familiar with this special meeting thing because it's the first time I'm doing it. So let's go little by little. Right? We can't directly take 1K members to the meeting. Right? 85 is watching now, I think. I don't like 50, so 85 is watching now. 89, now 89. Sleep. Okay, sleep. How many hours do you sleep per day? Some might be saying like I sleep 8 hours. I don't care about anything. Life is this. I am chilling out, right? There are some people like that. There are some people like I am sleeping only 3 hours per day and I'm like working 21 hours per day now. They are lying, okay? They can't do that. Then there are some people like 6 hours, I'm sleeping 6 hours. Fine, okay. And they sleep in the daytime also. So altogether 10 hours, right? Some people are like that. So how to manage your sleep? This depends on our genetics mostly. Some people are there, if they sleep 3 hours, they are going to be fine. If you are that person, you know it already. If you sleep 3 hours and if you are fine with it, then you are some kind of that person. You can sleep 3 hours and be okay. But people like me and most of the people, average people, are like, if they didn't sleep at least 6 hours, their mind is going to get cloudy and they can't listen what they hear. Like all messed up, like heated up, body is getting heated up, you might get diseases also. So something like that might happen. Not 6 hours, like at least 4 hours, at least 4.5 or 5 hours, maybe. Right? So this is the average time of sleep which you need to get now, like 5 to 6 hours sleep in the night. And also in the afternoon, a lot of students were like saying, afternoon I feel sleepy after eating and stuff. That is same for everyone, not only for you. You are not a special creation, it is same for everyone. Right? So there, what I did is take a power nap. What's the power nap? 20 minutes you sleep. Not 1 hour, not 2 hours, not 3 hours, not 4 hours, not 5 hours. 20 minutes you sleep for in the afternoon, right? So what does this do? This is scientifically backed up and this is called a power nap, right? Or quick nap, you call it. When you sleep for 20 minutes, what happens is like your brain is like, REM sleep. REM sleep you have, right? Rapid eye movement sleep. In the rapid eye movement sleep, you have to enter into deep sleep. In order to get the REM sleep, you have to enter deep sleep. When you wake up from a deep sleep, what happens is like your brain will be like, it's like morning. Like it's like you don't know what is happening around you. Like where are you? I don't know. I'm sleeping. Like where is the door? Where is the bed? Like you are like that when you wake up out of deep sleep. But when you wake up after 20 minutes, you have not entered the deep sleep yet. Now average this can vary from person to person. Some people might have it around 30 minutes. Some people 40 minutes. You have to identify that one by like different days. You can try different times. Now you can first try 20 minutes sleep. Then you can try, if it's not working, like you are still tired, then 25 minutes next day. Then you can try 30 minutes. Like you might find certain time which you are very good at. I mean, good at means like if you sleep 30 minutes, you might feel very refreshed. Some people may be like 30 is not enough. They are like 40-minute people. Some people might be not even that. If they sleep 40 minutes, they will sleep 2 hours. Some people are like that, right? Now there are some people like this also, right? You tell your mother to wake you up after 40 minutes, right? When mother comes and wakes you up, you just scold her and then sleep, right? There are people like that. I'm also like that those days at the beginning, right? Freshly, I was like that. So there are people like that also, but the thing is like power nap. That's the best thing you have to do. 20 minutes, average 20 minutes. Some people might have 30, some people might have 25. However, less than 45 minutes sleep you need in the afternoon in order to make you refreshed. You can work a lot of it. Trust me here because I did this. This power nap works. Power nap really works, right? It really works. So do that. So that is sleep. 5 to 6 hours at night. In the afternoon, you can have power nap of 20 to 25 minutes. Like you can have 2 power naps if you want. Morning, like when you wake up, when let's say you wake up at 4 a.m., you study from 4 to 10 and 11 or somewhere around that. Then you sleep a little bit 20 minutes. Then you go and have a bath. Then come again, study from like, let's say you take the lunch also, right? From 1 onwards. Right? You take the lunch from 1 to 3, you study, you feel sleepy, right? If you feel sleepy, sleep. Take the power nap. If you feel sleepy, sleep. That's what I'm saying. Don't study while sleepy because it won't be effective. Because like sleep is good, it's not bad thing. But the thing is like if you study while sleepy, when you're sleepy, when you study, it's like it's not going into your head. You have experiences, right? It's not going into your head, you're just sitting in the table, you are like convincing your parents that you're studying, but you are not actually studying, right? You're not studying actually. So that thing is there. So sleep, we have that. Now biology, I'll go to biology. Active recall. What is this active recall thing? When studying, if you reread your notes again and again, you have heard this many times in YouTube and also, but I'm just saying, active recall is very important. What is active recall now? Now assume this is your brain. Assume this is your brain. Potato, something like that. This is your brain. You put information into it. The information can be from various sources, like it could be reading, it could be listening to your teacher, or it could be seeing stuff, like diagrams and all. You're seeing stuff and you're like loading into your brain. Now you don't take information out of your brain. You just only do these things. You go to classes, you listen, you see things, then you read also. When you come home, you read again. And that's all you do. Now your theory is okay. Now this is for chemistry, I'm talking. Chemistry and physics. Now the theory is okay, but you can't do questions. That is for physics and chemistry. Now for biology, what? When in biology you do these 3 things, you can't get the answer out of your mouth. What is adaptation? Most of you might remember it, some of you don't remember it. If I ask you directly, like somewhere when you're walking in the town, someone meets you and directly asks what is adaptation, you might be able to see it. And you should be able to see it. That is the power of active recall. When you do this thing over and over and over again, you take the questions out of your head over and over and over and over again, what happens is that memory will be strengthened. Adaptation is the peculiarity of organisms' structure, behavior, and physiology which promotes the likelihood of an organism to survival and reproduction in a particular environment. Something like that. Like 1 month ago, I studied biology after 1 month. Yeah, like 1 month only. Around 1 month, not exactly 1 month. Maybe, 1 month, right? Physics also we had some time, maybe 21 days we had. More than 1 month for biology. I can't remember exactly, right? So, for you, not like that, you are revising biology every day, you are studying biology every day, so you can do this active recall thing. Now, active recall, you can do using Q&A, which I am going to upload into the group. I have uploaded 2 Q&As for now. The first unit I have uploaded. The second unit I have uploaded only the water and the carbohydrate part. So the rest of the stuff I'm going to upload later. Like definitely I'm going to upload that. Like full syllabus I'm going to upload as Q&A. I'll do that definitely, don't worry. So that one also I'll do. You know the Q&A, right? I said in the group about the Q&A. You can see that question set is not just a question set. That question set contains boxes. Like boxes are there. Right? Now that one I prepared it, right? So there are questions and there are boxes. So what you have to do is take a print out of it and keep it, not just keep it. When you study that unit, let's say you study unit 2, you take the water and carbohydrate, what Q&A. And there are questions, right? What are the 4 properties of water? You try to remember it, like okay, cohesive, adhesive, ability to expand upon freezing. What is the other one? I can't remember. Like you are thinking like that, right? If you can tell half, like half of them, like if you remember half, some words you remember, some words you don't remember, you color that box with a yellow color. If you have some other student who is like, okay, what are the four properties of water? Coefficient behavior, right? Ability to expand upon freezing, versatility as a solvent, expansion upon freezing. I said the same thing twice. Okay, cohesive behavior. Able to moderate temperature, right? That ability to moderate temperature. Then third one, versatility as a solvent. The fourth one, you have expansion upon freezing. If you are student like that, then you go into the green color category. You can color it with the green color one, so you know that one, right? You know exactly what is that. Then some other question you go, you can't remember that exactly. Let's say, what is the function of inulin? You can't remember. What is that? Right? You can't remember anything about that. So that goes in the red color category. You color it with the red color. So you finish this question set from start to end. You color the first box of every question. You go to the second round. You check the red color boxes. Those questions you highlight. Right? You focus on those questions. Study that theory part under that question. Next day, after 2 days, do it again. You might feel like you know it. Do it 2-3 times, like spaced repetition. You have to do. If you did on Monday, let's say you did on Monday, right? First you did on Monday. You studied the unit for the first time, and then you do the questions Monday. Leave one day, then Wednesday do it again. Then leave three days and do it again on. Then you are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then again next Monday. Likewise, you have to do a spaced repetition for this. Always try to recall stuff from your brain when doing biology. Right. Then the essay program. I said you the essay program at the beginning of the meeting also. Last of essay series. Last year we have targeted 3.5 essays. This year we will target 4 essays. Right? We will target 4 essays. Don't worry about that. Let's see. Right? So it's hard to target now. They are changing. The professors are changing the papers also. You can see in the physics paper, the structured essay paper. They give the last year's practical again. Do you believe that? Meter bridge, they gave it again. Last year they gave meter bridge. This year also they give meter bridge. They gave latent heat of vaporization, which was given in 2022. Again they gave it. Right? You can't guess the paper now. That's the one. That's one thing. They are like playing with students now. The professors are like, okay, they are playing with tuition sirs actually. Now tuition sirs practical night and what happened. Right? So they watched it and okay, I'm going to give something which is not in here. Only 2 practicals were there, which are like the micrometer screw gauge and the finding refractive index of glass using critical angle method. That one was there. The heat practical was latent heat of vaporization, and the liquid practical was like the meter bridge, which was given last year. Right? So, and the essay part, the surface tension was there as said by certain sirs, right? I won't say names now, right? So I'm also a teacher, right? So and also PV diagram was there in thermodynamics, right? Let's keep that aside. Now what I was talking is like essay program. We can't guess essays directly, but we'll try to guess essays, right? We'll try to guess essays. So that one also we'll do at the end. Before that, we are going to do certain normal essays. We don't pay much attention. Before 2 months to the exam or 3 months to the exam, we are starting the last hope essay series, which is famous last year, right? So we are doing it again. That one done. Then biology done. This one done. Physics MCQ. Now I found I missed the MCQ paper. That's one thing. Because my chemistry MCQs ended up at 46, biology I ended up at 42, physics ended up at 35. Most of the students might be like that. Why it happened like that? Maybe overconfidence. When are we starting the essay program? I said you before 2 months to the exam, the last of essay series we are going to start, right? Last of essay series we are going to start before 2 months to the exam. So that runs 60 essays, so 30 days, 60 essays we can do. We can do more than that also, right? So let's see with that later, right? Now, what I was telling in physics MCQ. Physics MCQ was like tougher than 2023 paper, but not tougher than 2015 paper. That's what different sirs told in meetings and stuff, right? So, how to face this physics MCQ? Now, if you had low MCQ count, if you're like your MCQ count is around, let's say 10 or 15, first thing what you have to do is common pattern. What is common pattern? Common pattern is there is a set of MCQ they are going to ask every year, they are going to ask it. There is a capacitor question every year, right? There is like angular momentum MCQ every year. There is like a particle going in, like applying R equal ME over BQ, that equation. This equation relating that there are certain MCQs every year they are going to ask it, right? So these are the common pattern. This is the common pattern. They are going to have dimension question. So when you study these things, like not study actually, you have to do papers, past papers. You have to identify these topics. Now different other physics teachers are there. They are going to give a common pattern PDF or something like that. Right? They are going to give like that, and then you can identify the topics from it and then do them. If you catch the common pattern, you can score 30 MCQs very easy. Very easy, you can score 30 MCQs. Because most of the time they are going to give around 25 MCQs from the common pattern. That means very easy questions they are going to give. Right? There are 15 or 10 to 15 questions which are like somewhat difficult. And there are very difficult 5 MCQs in the A-level paper. That's the normal pattern of the A-level paper. That pattern was like not changed much this time. This time we had the normal A-level paper, right? Not much different. But the thing is, like biology, people say like it was tough and all. Yeah, it was tough a little bit. The MCQ was tough. Chemistry MCQ was also tough. Like from 31 to 40 MCQs, you can see there are a lot of theory parts covered in that. You have to have a deep understanding of the syllabus in order to answer them. Right? And right, MCQ is that. How to do this thing? First is common pattern. I said you first thing is the common pattern. You have to do the common pattern. Identify the common pattern MCQs. The second one is practicing model papers. Now model papers means you have to have a good paper class to do this. I don't promote paper classes here. There are different paper classes in Sri Lanka. You can go and try. English medium, I don't think there are good paper classes here, right? There are not good paper classes means like they don't do their maximum. That's what I said in chemistry also the same. Like they are going to leave you alone after like 1 month to the exam. After they finish the syllabus, it's over. Right? It's like not enough now. These days you can see different sirs are there. They're like staying with you until then. Even after the exam, they're like going to stay with you and help you. Right? So that is going to be the new. That's going to be the revolution. That's what I talked about. Right? So English medium is like not there at all. As you can see, you now also. That's a big hole in there. That's why English medium students go to Sinhala medium classes actually. Why would they go even, right? They can't understand words. They are like, what? They can't understand anything, right? They can't understand certain words. What is this, right? They can't understand, at least they can't understand the Sinhala words. The normal Sinhala talking, they can't understand. But they still go because they give an English medium tilt. For that only they go, right? What's the use? There's a big hole in the English medium. There's a big hole which is not filled yet, right? Which is not filled yet. There's a big vacancy which is not filled yet. If anyone want to do physics after A levels, English medium, you're going to get a good position in the English medium if you do it correctly, right? It's not about degrees. Now I don't have a degree, right? Still no. Even those tuitions, some people don't have degrees. But look, they are the leading teachers in Sri Lanka for now. Even PhD, there are sirs who have PhDs, right? Single medium sirs are there who are having PhDs. English medium also there, like everyone is there. But you can see like they are not in the market, right? They are not too much in the market. They are like equal. They are equally divided with the students, right? So there's a big hole in English medium. Actually, you can see that. You can see that in groups. Why? People go for Sinhala medium classes because there are no resources, there are no papers, they are not doing it correctly, right? There are no weekly papers, they are not graphing your marks and stuff, right? So there's a big hole there. So next time is paper classes. You have to go to a good paper class. Now physics and all I don't know. Chemistry I am giving both of these, right? Chemistry I am doing full thing for you, right? full-time chemistry, I'm doing revision and paper class. Paper class will start in March. Week by week papers. The paper will be marked. Paper will be discussed. Paper will be ranked. Your scores will be ranked. If there are enough students, let's say 20 students came to the paper, doesn't mind. Your position will be ranked with them, right? Your position will be ranked with them. And then the next one is like what do you call? We are going to highlight certain parts which could come to the exam from that paper. Now these papers are made from different model papers, like from 1990s. There are a lot of papers, past papers also. There are certain model papers, school papers, FWC, whatever it is. There are a lot of questions from those. I have to grab certain questions, and also I can create questions. So it's a mixture of these things which I'm going to enter into the paper class papers. So you are getting 16 analyzed papers. 16 papers you are getting before you go to the exam. More than 16 actually. Yesterday I graphed it, and you are getting like 25 papers. You can write 25 papers if I do it correctly until the end, right? So let's keep that side. Okay, paper class. You have to have a good paper class in order to get an MCQ count. Or past papers also work actually. If you have a good understanding of the past papers, let's say from 1990s, you can score somewhat around 35, 36. You can score, right? Next one is timing. You might be able to score 49 MCQs if you are given like 1 day to write the MCQ paper, but you can't write it within 2 hours. That's the issue. Right? You can't time it. Timing is very important. That's why I said this paper class. If you have a timed paper, 2 hours, they are going to time it and give it to you, right? Then that will be your target this year, right? Timing is very important because every year there are certain students who are like doing until only 38 MCQs and the rest of the questions they can't do. So that's a problem there. Timing should be there in your paper. That's how you go for MCQs. Then this add essay, the weapon theory. What's the weapon theory? Physics, let's take. Now this is physics, right? Physics, 5th question, mechanics. 6th question, waves and light. Waves or light. 7th question, you have fields, I guess, fields. 8th question, you have properties of matter. 9A part, you have electricity. 9B part, you have electronics. 10A part, you have heat. 10B part, you have matter and radiation. Now, if you look at these things, certain students go to the exam with only, let's say, 4 essays. Only 4 topics they know, right? They know only properties of matter, matter and radiation, electronics, and they only know waves and light. But they don't know mechanics, they don't know fields, they don't know heat, they don't know electricity. 4 essays remaining. So their weapon count is 4. 4 weapons they keep at home and go. What if they made one of these 4 weapons like rusted? What do you mean by the rusted? What if they make one question hard? You can write only 3 essays. The remaining weapons at home, you don't know. You only bring 4 weapons and 1 weapon is not going to work. Then you only have 3 weapons to score. Right? That happened. Right? Service tension, this year's question very hard. Some people were like, I am going to do this service tension question in the exam. What happened is like the paper was tough, the essay was tough. Some people might have done it, less amount of people have done it, right? But that question was hard. That's what I'm saying. Now, me personally, I went with all the essays. Essay paper was very fine for me. Only the MCQ was like mixed up for me. Like essay paper was very fine for me. Not sure anything. Like let's see, right? So essays, that's the thing. Add essays, right? You have to add essays with time. Now, if you are already good with mechanics essay, keep it like that. You have to practice week by week that essay. Then, if you are like weak in, if you're like good in, let's say, light essay, then only keep that. And then you're also good in fields essay. You can do magnetic fields very well, electric fields, right? And also gravitational fields you're good at, right? Then also you can keep that aside. The rest of the weapons you have to add one by one. You have to get the weapon training, right? You have to get the weapon training. You have to learn the theory. You have to do questions. You have to do model questions. Likewise, you have to master that weapon. Now, if you are good with pistols, you can keep that aside. If you are not good with snipers, you have to practice the sniper, right? A-level paper is going to destroy you if you don't do that. And some people, well, like some sirs and stuff are saying like the 2025 paper, 2026 paper is going to be tough. So get ready for that. At least go ready with 6 essays. That's what I'm saying. Now you don't have to do like that. You can do all 8 essays also. You have enough time, and 10 months is more than enough, right? So it's going to be like that, right? So you have to add essays with time with the weapon theory. Yeah, you have to go with 8 weapons if you want the maximum marks, right? Next one is the practical plan. Now practical plan. How to do a practical now? How to do practical? I mean, how to write a structured equation. If you are weak at structured equations, this is what you have to do. Now there are certain videos in YouTube. Deep education videos are there, and different sirs are putting different videos. There are enough videos in YouTube for you to cover the theory needed for practicals. And you have the practical. You have the practical night. You have different things to cover the practicals, right? So what you have to do is, while watching the practical thing, right, practical video or something, when you watch that, you first understand that. Number one is understanding should be there. What you are doing. Sonometer, why are you doing that? Why do we keep the tuning fork on the sonometer box? Right? Why can't we keep it vertical like this? Why can't we keep it? Why should we always keep it horizontal? Always think, right? Because that 20 marks you take from home, right? It's like all the questions in a structure equation, you can see they are repeated. Most of the time they are repeated, right? So you can score so much amount of marks, right, from the structure equation. So don't miss out on that, right? So this practical plan is very essential. First one is understanding. You have to have a good understanding of the theory, right? The next one is like past paper practice. You have to have the past paper practice. Now, before the exam, I mean, after the MCQ paper, when I saw my MCQ count was very low, what I did was I only slept for 2 to 3 hours, right? I was like so devastated, like I was, if I don't do the essay correctly, I'm going to get a C. That's the mindset which I had. So I couldn't sleep. Those 2 days, you saw the group, right? Structural equations, we did 50 plus structural equations, 25 plus essay questions we did. That was like the most worked time which I ever had in my life. So that pressure, that stress, you don't make it into a failure, but you try to get yourself up somehow. Somehow do it. You can do it somehow, right? That is what you have to do. Now you have enough time to do that. Me, I had only 2 days to do that. I know my chemistry and bio was good. Physics MCQ devastated. I knew that I devastated it. I don't know what happened. I zoned out maybe. Right? But the essay paper, I came home and I just worked like a machine, like so. That's it. Right? I couldn't sleep also that day. And 2 days I didn't sleep exactly. Right? So that's it. Practical plan. Next one, you have to have understanding of the practical. Then you have to like do the past paper practice. There are for certain practical, let's say the hydrometer practical, you have certain past paper years. You can check the past paper years from that. All of the time they're asking the same thing. Now, can you remember I did a crack code? 2025 people and the second share people and third share people know this. In the Rankers Club group, I did the crack code. What was the crack code? I'm going to categorize. In that one, I categorize the questions asked in past papers. And also I categorize the questions which are not asked in the past papers. So it's like you practice for the questions which are asked and questions which are not asked. We did this for all practicals, like targeted practicals we did. So like that, you have to make it on your own. That's the most effective thing. Don't like watch it and write it. You have to like make it on your own. Analyze the past papers, get the questions right. Analyze the questions which are not come. Now let's say like this in the meter roller practical. In the meter roller practical, if I say in the meter roller practical, why can't we hang using a ribbon? Why can't we hang using a ribbon? They haven't asked that. They could ask that. So what's the reason for that? You have to think. Like It is physics, not biology. This is physics, not biology. Practicals, these factual questions. If you write the most logical answer, you might get marks. You will get marks. So why ribbon is not suitable here? Because the center of gravity can't be like taken directly. Is it here? Is it here? Or is it here? You can't directly find it. So that's why ribbon is not suitable. You are using a string to handle that way. Need roll practical, right? Balancing practical, that moments practical I'm talking about, right? So that one. You have to have a thinking mindset in order to do it. Okay, practical plan done, right? Physics done. Chemistry. Now this is the thing. This is the thing which I talked about, and in the groups also I shared about the revolution and stuff. Right? Okay. Let's see if they revolutionize or not. Right? Let's see where it goes. Let's do and see, right? Whatever happens might happen. Let's work and see. Right? That's what I'm going to say. Don't think about your end result. Just work and see where you will go. Start to work from today, and don't worry about your end result. Just work. Wherever you might be end up, you are going to end up. That's fine. Just work. That's the only thing which you have to do. Chemistry. How to achieve 45 MCQs? That was the first thing which I said. Chemistry MCQs. How to increase to 45 plus. First, you have to have theory base. You have to have this thing theory in your head. You have to have a touch up of the theory. What is the rate constant depends on what factors the rate constant depends on, right? So what is atomic mass in it, right? What are isotopes? That's not much important. In inorganic, let's say catalysis is the first group, like precipitates, what are they? You have to have a good understanding of the theory, right? The next one is again the common pattern. This common pattern is there in all three subjects. So here, once you do up to here, you can score around 15 MCQs. When you do common pattern, you can score up to 30 plus MCQs. Now, common pattern I explained before. They are the questions which are asked in previous past papers, which are going to repeat again, right? For that, you have to do past papers, past paper practice. Next. Model paper question analysis. This is going to drag you in the next 10 MCQs. This is going to drag you. Definitely it's going to drag you because these MCQs in paper class papers and model papers, school papers, provincial papers, or whatever it is, these questions are going to drag you into the next 10 MCQs. Right? So most of the time these model paper questions, they are created by school teachers which they have knowledge about this. They have good knowledge about the chemistry, right? Professors sometimes, the provincial papers, like maybe professors, I don't know exactly, right? Likewise, they are like targeting the level paper. Sometimes they might target. The theories they target most of them, not the real question, exact question won't come, I'm not saying that. But they are going to target the level paper. So when doing more and more of these questions, and you practice for this, what happens is like eventually this 30 will go around up to 41 or 42 or something like this. In the A-level paper, that paper is not going to be hard as a model paper, so you can score around 45. Did you get it? Right? So, starting from 0, first you have to do is theory. You have to cover the theory, you have to have proper note. You have to have a good question set, right? Basic question set from level 1, level 2, level 3. You have to have 3 levels of question set, right? So those things you have to have. Like good understanding of the theory is very essential. No? You have to have a very good understanding of the theory first of all in order to get this MCQ count. Then the common pattern you have to analyze. After finishing the theory, you have to analyze the common pattern, like which MCQs they are going to ask every year, which are the questions like most frequently asked in school papers. You have to analyze that one also, right? So that common pattern you have to analyze. Then model papers, questions analysis, right? So this one, they might be tough MCQs. In past papers also there are tough MCQs. You have to do them. You have to train your mind. Now mind is like a muscle, right? Mind is like a muscle. Now when you go to the gym, your muscles, you are going to like train it, right? When you are going to train your muscles, what happens is it will increase from size. Little by little, it will increase from size. Same is for the brain. When you work it, what happens is your brain power, your thinking power will increase sharply. It's going to increase sharply. If you don't trust me, just try and do this video. Start to study. I mean, you're not studying, that's why you're dumb. Like, you're not studying, that's why you're dumb. If you start to study, if you try to do it somehow, if you start to do questions from physics like chemistry, whatever, you start from easy MCQs, and if you do it from like lower level to the top level, you will think, you will like, what do you call? You will increase your thinking capacity and problem solving capacity, and the critical thinking you are going to develop. You have to train your brain, right? Train your brain. Chemistry, then 45 MCQs thing done. Now, 45 MCQs, the revision class and the paper class, both you have to go. I'm not saying to come to mine, but you can go to any paper class you want, any theory class, any revision class you want, and increase your marks. Go to a class which can increase your marks and do it for you. Okay? Then, time balance in the A-level paper. Before that, I'm going to go into simplification in A-level paper. Simplification in A-level paper. Right? Now you are going to get something like this. Now this one I said in the individual class yesterday and day before yesterday. I'm going to say this in every class that I'm going to do. Right? If you are going to get a simplification like this, 6.022 10 to the power 23 into 4.123 divided by 8.314, we have to R value 8.314 into, let's say 0.123, something like this. Are you going to simplify this? Now you are doing the A-level paper. You are doing the A-level paper. You are doing the A-level paper, and you face this. You face this simplification stuff. Are you going to do it? I am going to do this. Most of the students will say, yes, I will do it. I'll take a rough paper and I'll do it. How much time will you spend for this? Roughly, they'll say like, okay, if I do this, I'll spend like 1 minute or something. No, not 1 minute. You'll take 5 minutes to do this. You might simplify this. There is a 50% chance you won't get the answer. There's a 50% chance you will get the answer correct. Then fine. 5 minutes go. Then what else? That 5 minutes is 1/3 of a structural equation. Right? 1/3 of a structural equation. That means how much marks? Structural equations 100 marks. 100 marks divided by 3 is 33 marks. 33 marks divided by 20 is like 1.4 something, right? 1.4 marks you have lost. You will get this mark, only 1 mark you will get. 1 mark means like 1 divided by 20 is going to be 0. How much? 0.05. You're going to lose 1.4 marks and you're going to gain 0.05 marks. A-level paper, listen this carefully. I have practiced this in paper class and also in A-level paper I did this. Never ever do a simplification like this. If you find, skip it and go. Don't just skip it, do it like this. Don't just skip it, do it like this. Now let's say you have simplified this thing and you are getting like this. You know the final unit. Let's say your final unit is going to be joules. Write that unit. Write that unit. Draw 2 lines like this and move on. Why are you doing this now? The panel, the marking panel, who are going to mark your paper is like, you should tell them, I know chemistry. You should tell them, you guys know chemistry. I don't know maths. Not I don't know maths. I don't know how to simplify, but I know chemistry. You know the unit, right? You know, like this one only you can't simplify. You have to show that to them. You have to show like, okay, I can't do this simplification because I'm going to lose time, so I left the answer like this. So what is going to be their reply? They will give marks for this one. For the unit, they will give marks. If they are humane enough, or if the paper marking panel said like, okay, this simplification is tough, like we should give marks for that, they might give full marks. There is a 60% chance they might give full marks. Yes, full marks, right? 60% chance. There are 40% chance they won't give, right? But they will definitely give marks to the unit. So that's one you need to do. That's a simplification in chemistry, right? Then next one we have time balance in the annual paper, right? Now look, listen very carefully listen. The time balance in the annual paper. How to time balance? Right, now you have structure essay questions. You have structure essay 1, structure essay 2, structure essay 3, structure essay 4. Let's say you are going to write the physical question and the 7th question, and then you are writing the organic and the inorganic. Right? This part I will write. You start doing this paper. Let's say you are giving a time of 15 minutes for the structure essay. Okay, 15 minutes for a structure essay. That's the basic value, right? You are going to do a structure essay within 15 minutes. You start the paper. Now you have additional reading time 10 minutes. Now don't use that when you just start the paper, right? I'm telling you to do this because it worked, right? It is very much helpful. You start the paper with the first structure essay because you can't choose the first structure essay, right? You can like do this until here. Then you have the reading time to fill in the question, right? That's what you have to do. So first 4 structure essays, 15 minutes, right? You can do them. Let's say first structure essay you are going to finish within 10 minutes. Okay, fine. Done. How many times saved? Plus 5. You are going to save 5 minutes. Because 15 minutes allocated time. Then don't do this question 20 minutes. No, not like that. I'm saying every question do 15 minutes. Right? Now this question you start to do and like 15 minutes they have gone and okay, I don't know some stuff also. So not completed. Let's say 20% is 10% is remaining. 10% is remaining. 10% is remaining after 15 minutes. Go to the next question. 15 minutes done, go to the next question. In the next question, this is the physical question. Okay, 15 minutes done. Not completed. 30% remaining. You haven't done the simplification also. And some questions you don't know also. So 30% remaining. Go to the next question. Fourth structure is okay, fine. Then I did it in 12 minutes. Completed. Most of the students are like, okay, so you are going to save how much? Plus 3 minutes. Now we have saved time from here, saved time from here. You go to the essay questions, use the full reading time to read the questions. Use the full reading time. I won't take that 10 minutes into consideration when balancing the A-level time paper, A-level paper, right? So use that 10 minutes to analyze the questions and select the questions which are most familiar to read. Right. Then the 5th question you start to do. Okay, 5th question you start to do, let's say. Now don't do that. Now don't start with the 5th question. You have to do with the question which you are like most good at. Let's say you are starting with organic one. Most of the students start with organic. That's the easiest one for most students. Some people organic is like vomiting. Right. Organic question you start and you finish 10 minutes. Organic question can be done within 10 minutes. That question, if you are like good in organic, you can complete within 10 minutes. No issue at all. Right? 10 minutes, let's say you take only 15 minutes. You do 15 minutes. Now, one essay question you have allocated time is 30. One essay question allocated time is 30. How much time you are going to save? 15 minutes you are going to save. Plus 15 minutes. This one completed. You go to the inorganic question. Inorganic question, like, okay, 30 minutes are finished. Now, what I'm going to do? I haven't completed the chemical calculation part also. Right? 30 minutes not completed. How much is remaining now? Let's say 40, now 30% remaining. 30% remaining. Now you go into the next question. Here. 15 minutes remaining. 30 minutes completed. 15. Right? 15 minutes. 7th question you start. 7th question you start to do here. You complete 30 minutes. 30 minutes you complete. Like exactly you finish within 30 minutes. Exactly. That means 100% completed. 30 minutes finished. That question done. Fifth question, you are like, okay, that's the hardest question in the paper sometimes, right? So 30 minutes are done and you are not completed it, only 50% completed, right? Only 50% completed, so 50% remaining. Fine. Only 50% remaining. Now what? Now how much time do you have? Time saved 15 plus 5, 20, 28 minutes. You have 28 minutes remaining, so what are you going to do? You have completed two structure essays, this one done, this one done, this one done, this one done. You have choices now. You can finish this one. Inorganic, you can try a little bit and you can finish that one also. Let's say from now you have 20 minutes remaining, 28 minutes. From that 28 minutes, you are going to like spend, let's say 10%. So 3 minutes, let's say 3 minutes spent to this, and you are going to finish it. Now you have only 25 minutes. Now what are you going to do? You have physical question, you have this this question, and you have third question. My advice is like if you are like this, you have to do this question, third one. Third one you try to do. You might take 10 minutes or something. Right? 10 minutes. Our goal, let's say for this question, 10 minutes you took. So this question you complete. So you have now 15 minutes remaining. You spend all the 15 minutes on the, let's say, fifth question. Fine. You finished all the 15 minutes on this question. And you run out of time and then you hand over the paper. Right? You hand over the paper. And then what happens is like this question only like let's say 10% remaining. So that's it. If you finish the paper like this, you are going to get an A. For sure. Right? You have completed 4 structured essays. 2 essays. Right? 2 essays completely done. This one 30% will remaining. Chemical question part you haven't done, but fine. You can do it, you can try it, right? You're going to get marks. Now this A-level paper, A-level chemistry paper mostly, I'll tell you something because this is like very true. The students who are good with theory are not going to get marks in the A-level paper. Only the students who can write the paper well in the exam are going to score marks. Is that clear? Right? Who can write the paper well, who can like give out his maximum in the paper, they are going to score well in the exam, right? They are going to score well in the exam. So the thing is like time balancing is very important here. Even if you have not completed this one and like 10% of this one, it's going to be fine. That is, I mean, if you do it like this, it's worse. If you start from the first question and then you do it only up to here, only you can say, let's say up to here. Then 3 essays not done. Then only you are going to face a big problem. If you do the paper like this, then you are going to be good. You are going to be really good. Right. Next, 45 MCQ plus done. Time balance in the A-level paper done. Simplification in the A-level paper done. Plan of the chemistry revision course. Right. Now this is it. Now this is the end, right? This end, the last topic I'm talking about. Here now there are 2 online sessions per week. I am planning to do 2 online sessions per week. I'll write it in the board will. This is the plan, the golden plan, whatever you can call it. So I'll share the flyer to the group right after this meeting. I'll share the flyer to all groups. You can look at that. Right now. This is the thing. So there are 2 sessions. Session 1 we have session 2. Now there are 2 groups of people here. There are physical students and there are online students. There are 2 groups. Right? Physical students, session 1, Faraday, right? Can be only, right? Can be only still I'm doing. I can't come to Colombo. I can come to Colombo, so only can be. So Faraday. Can be the date I allocated is like Friday from 1 to 1 onwards, 1 p.m. to let's say 5:30 something, 5:30 p.m. Let's do the maximum, right? So Faraday Candidate session 1. There's a session 1 also done online. There's a session 1 which is also done online. on a separate day. Now this week, I mean next week, according to the poll which I put in the group, a lot of people have voted Saturday night. So I'm going to do the session 1 on Saturday night. Saturday night. Just like this background, this everything is like this. I'm going to the class Saturday night, 7 p.m. onwards. Right? 7 p.m. onwards, I'm going to do a Zoom meeting, right? Then session 2. Session 2, both physical students and the online students can join to this session 2. Sometimes this session 2 will be free for everyone, like any student can join. It will be an open link. Especially chemical calculation, I plan to do it free for everyone because a lot of students are weak in it. So this session 2 will be Sunday. It is a fixed time. Sunday night, 7 p.m. onwards, right? Sunday night, 7 p.m. onwards. This will be an extra session. Physical students can also join and online students also can join for this. No issue at all. Right? No issue at all. So that's the plan for the revision class. Now this week only we are going to have Saturday night because Monday is today, we can't have a class today, right? So after next week, this Saturday is going to be shifted into Monday. This Saturday is going to be shifted into Monday night 7 p.m. onwards. We are going to have the session 1 online one. Extra session is going to be fixed and the Saturday one is going to be fixed, right? So next. The paper class. I'm going to say not now because we are going to have it in March. I'll put another special meeting when nearing that time. We'll talk about the paper class at that time. Right. So that's the thing which I have to say. The payment details are saying in the group. I can't say in the special meeting. Payment details. One thing I have to say. For the month of January, it's better if you can come physically in Candy. Because you will get the tute. Otherwise, you will have to take the printout of the tute because we are not able to send you the tute in the month of January, right? Because like for payments also you will take some time and we can't confirm whether you come to the class or not. Like once the month of January is over, in the February month onwards, we are couriering you the tutes and all. So the fee for the online students will be like less for the month of January, right? For Faraday students, it's going to be the same amount. For online students, it's going to be a little bit less in the month of January because you have to take the photocopy of the tube. Right? We are not going to print it, we are not going to send it. So in the month of January only, for online students, you have to do that. Right? From the next month onwards, you don't have to do that. We will send over the tubes to you. Right? So printing cost and sending cost and everything will be there from the next month onwards, and we'll adjust the fee according to that. Right? So that's it today, right? Special meeting 2025 ends like this, right? So never give up, right? So you never fail until you give up. Work until the end. This is your chance to make a difference, right? Don't like do another shy. Don't do another shy. Just work as maximum as you can, right? So make sure you do your best, right? Best performance, like Deadpool said, right? Maximum effort you have to give into this, right? So that's it. So we are going to end the meeting now. Thank you for everyone who joined today. I hope it made sense today and your dream, I hope I revoked it. So I'll send the details in the group about the revision class and stuff, and also thank you for joining, and I'll end the meeting now. Any questions in the group? No, right? Any questions in the group? No? I missed one question. How many years of past paper practice do you suggest to do? 10 years enough. 10 years, actually 20 years. For now you have like 10 months remaining, you have to do 20 years of past papers. Right? You have to do at least 20 years of past papers. From 1990 if you do, it's very good because case rule and all you have from 1990. I'm like telling you to do case rule only. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to end the meeting now, right? So never give up, right? And also remind that you never fail until you give up. Work great.